In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, parents can tend to overlook the finer, more familial details. They work, they travel, they scrape together enough money to pay the rent, and maybe with some free time they watch the birds in the park. Yet it's precisely those finer, forgotten details that spark a vast and powerful change in adolescent children. Sure, they go to school during the day to learn English, math, science, and history from their teachers, but more importantly, they go to school to learn valuable social skills that will become a part of their personality for the rest of their lives.
He spends nights in California, watching the stars on the big screen. And then he lies awake and he wonders, why can't that be?
As I'm sure you're well aware, high school teens go through a ton of physical changes. With boys, their voices begin to lower and deepen, and their height and muscle mass increases. This is due to an upsurge of the hormone testosterone. With girls, they begin to menstruate, their hips plug, their breasts begin to develop, all due to the hormone estrogen and its significant upsurge in the female body. So it's important to let your children know early on that these changes will occur, and that you'll be there to help them out with anything they need. That way, it's not a surprise when it happens, and they'll be more comfortable talking to you when they need to.
Meet Mr. Harrison's English class. These are all advanced placement kids, but it's just as important for them to learn social skills as it is anyone else. This particular course combines open forum with lecture and individualized instruction, allowing for a wide array of social development. It is your responsibility as parents to assist these teachers. Teach your children proper social skills by using preventive teaching and corrective teaching. When your kids use skills appropriately or make an attempt to use them, you can reward and reinforce their efforts through effective praise. In other words, you pick the teaching technique that best fits the situation you're in with your kids. This enables you to teach children how, why, and where they should use these skills.
There's nothing wrong with having fun every once in a while. Encourage your kids to find new, creative ways to express themselves and have fun while doing it. Check out the senior class of Warsaw School of Economics, a high school in Poland, and what they've done as a class. Needless to say, most of these kids will remember this until the day they die.
Cut loose, footloose, kicked off the Sunday shoes. Ooh-wee, Marie, shake, shake the glory. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Please, Louise, pull me up on my leave. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your news. Everybody cut footloose. 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 Got to turn it around and put your feet on the ground. Well, take the whole of the floor. I'm telling you, footloose, kicked off the Sunday shoes.
Alright, dads, this one's for you. It's time for you to have a face-to-face chat with your teenage son. You know what? I've got a better idea.
The public service announcements on TV make it sound like the best approach is to just start a conversation about drugs or alcohol at the breakfast table. But most teenagers would just roll their eyes and probably tune you out. Getting your teenage son to talk with you can be one of the greatest challenges of your fathering career, but it is doable. How do you bridge the gap? Let's look at 3 suggestions. The first one is a paradox. To get your teenage son to talk, don't try to get him to talk. Sure, face-to-face chats are great if you can pull them off, but usually the best approach is to talk sideways. A teenage boy will talk to you much more easily while you're working on a project together or doing something fun. So enlist his help as you work on the car, shoot some hoops, hang drywall, run errands together. Join him in something he wants to do. Suddenly, he'll bring up something that's been on his mind or willingly respond to a question you throw out. Second, watch for cues that he's ready to talk. For example, if he's had enough sleep, that will probably make a big difference. Or maybe he talks more at a certain time of the day, or when he's in a particular mood. The cues may be subtle, but you can learn to spot them. Third, be available. He may have a pressing question at 11 o'clock at night, or at 3 in the morning. His concerns may sound harebrained or trivial or way off the mark. That's okay, Dad. Be flexible. Let him know that he can come to you anytime, about anything. Those times can be rare, so be ready. And put aside the newspaper or turn off the TV when it happens.
Finally, a word for dads who don't yet have a teenager. Build a close relationship with your son now. If it's easy for him to talk to you during these younger years, there won't be a gap to bridge, and that will do a lot to ease the strain once you have a teenager.
Welcome back to Mr. Harrison's class. This time, it's the creative writing students. Fortunately, there are only a few tests in this class. That means that there's less of a chance that your child will attempt to cheat. My child, a cheater, you say? No parent wants to think that way. While occasionally trading homework and notes seems to be a part of the fabric of teen school life, a consistent pattern of copying or cheating on tests may be a cry for help. Cheating may not always signify dishonesty or laziness. It may have to do with insecurity, peer pressure, a quest for perfection, and the desire to please. If your child is caught cheating, talk to them about what led them to this point. If you can find out why it happened, you may be able to correct the situation without ever raising your voice. And as for those children who cheat on research papers, parents, always model yourself with honesty and integrity, and instruct your children that putting down on paper thoughts which are not their own is plagiarism, and the consequences behind it.
You remember being in high school? You never really thought about paying bills or keeping a job. But now that you're seeing things from the parents' viewpoint, don't you think it's time to cut them a little slack? Well, that's about all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on High School for Parents, the Vamphlet. Take care.